there.
I snuck in the kitchen late at night
Oh.
and ate a donut with a maple
There's Bubbles.
glaze.
Thank you for joining us tonight on Whale Talk.
Asked who ate the snack. I said that it was my
That was the
brother
whale
Jack,
speaking
and Jack got
to you.
grounded for 14 days.
Anyway, tonight we're doing another fancy fan fiction reading.
With that guilt,
Tonight
all my
it's
life
Oh,
I
If They
carried
Just
no
Knew
vision that
by Panic at the
I
PATD. Let's get it going! You have a band? Danny questioned.
Yeah, well, it's getting there, Brendan said as he took a bite of his apple.
Like, what do you like call yourself? Mel asked.
Why not?
The Mormon kid and the lesbians, said some kid who was walking towards us.
Oh, very funny, John. Brendan rolled his eyes as the older-looking kid with dark brown hair and rounded shoulders
Entice someone into the church?
sat down at their now almost full table.
Guys, this is John, Brendan laughed.
Sup, everyone? John said.
I want to be baptized.
Where's
I
Spencer?
swear to dedicate my
Ryan
life to
asked.
the church.
Just then, I started to hear tapping on the walls. I guess everyone began to hear because it got very quiet.
The tapping started to turn into a really sick beat that sounded like a drum solo.
Found him! Brendan said amused as he saw the amazed look on my face.
Just then, I saw the musician turn the corner, drumsticks in hand.
He was slightly chubby in a hot/adorable way. He also had brown hair, lighter and longer than the others, but it was nevertheless still perfect.
Wonder who it could be. They all looked like a band together. You could tell they were close.
Hello, everyone. I'm Spencer.
What? It's a major twist.
Oh my god. He said as he twirled a drumstick in one hand and took out his lunch with the other.
Nice to meet you, Spencer, I said. There's only one seat left that's calling your name.
Spencer.
I added as he smiled and took it.
Looks like the bands are all here, Cody said with a laugh. I didn't catch the name.
The Mormon kid and the lesbian. Ow!
Brendan swung his arm into John's chest and roughly chuckled. Stop that.
Ryan laughed, shook his head disapprovingly, and said, We
Call ourselves Panic at the Disco.
A special kind. It makes my heart flutter.
So, we're gonna include two fan fictions, because we're trying to, spread the love. This one is an MCR fan fiction called Drunk is Better Than This by Anarchy_at12.
It's a Ferrard pairing.
Ferrard! Smut, 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 smut.
I'm ready to let you do
My name's Frank, by the way.
Frank, I tried out. I'm Gerard. He nodded his head and half smiled. I stared at my bottle. I closed my eyes and lowered my head. Nothing's going to work, at least not booze. I need to feel good, happy, not numb.
I can help you with your little situation, he casually said, staring at the rack of margarita mixes on the wall. I charge $80 by the hour, with protection. $100 without. But I'll cut you a break. $70 for the night with me all to yourself.
I looked up as I realized what he was talking about. I was just too drunk to realize it was probably a bad thing to do. I raised an eyebrow and said that one word. Deal.
Sweet. Come with me then. I didn't understand. Part of me didn't want him to be this so used, so impure, but still so perfect. I got up and followed him to the back of the bar and into the bathroom. He headed into the third stall, a small one. They didn't have a handicap one. The stall covered everything. It went all the way to the floor and all the way to the roof. But there was a real door on it. I thought that was fancy compared to the rest of this place.
I walked into the stall after him and closed the door behind me with a click. His back was against the wall, and I walked over and kissed him hard on the lips. Still soft. I put my hand on the wall by his waist and continued. Damn, he's a good kisser, I thought, but I savored every moment of getting this boy all to myself.
I had his body to myself for the rest of the night, and I sure as hell wasn't going to rush into this.
We kissed like that for what seemed like an eternity, lips moving with the others, his hand on my hip, urging me towards him, my body against his, connected with him. I traced his lower lip with my tongue before curiously putting it in his mouth. The taste of my whiskey and his beer mingled with each other's on our dancing tongues.
Look at that thing.
We do it all the time. Husky feelings like
Okay.
a reading light.
I took my hand from his jaw
Like the lights
and played with his shirt, tracing the hems with my index finger. I ran my finger down his shirt until I reached the bottom, then slid my cold hand up and around his torso, letting it rest on his back, pulling him closer to me. He moaned behind our kiss, and on instinct I thrusted into him. The door's open.
Good. He put his own hands behind my back. We were pulled into an embrace. I then took my other hand and whisked off his gray shirt, held it tight around my right hand, breaking our lips for only a second before returning to probe my tongue right into his.
He unzipped my leather jacket for me, and I slipped it off, letting it fall somewhere on the tile floor, and then he took off my shirt.
I pushed back into him to continue our kiss as my cold chest met with his warm torso. Why is Gerard so cold?
I don't know, maybe he's a vampire.
Plausible. And our hands explored each other's body, his palms pressed down into the knots on my back, making me flinch in the pain but also push into it in pleasure. I held him by the waist, keeping him close, never letting him go.
His covered bulge ground up against mine as he rubbed and trusted, that's what it says,
Typo.
trusted himself into my clothed crotch. I moved my hand from his hip to his package before undoing his button and zipper as I bring his pants down and I get on my knees. Well, thank you for joining us on our very special episode of Whale Talk, Fancy Fan Fiction. This has been Whale Talk. Signing off, I'm Haley.
I'm Brittany.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
We're twins! Oh my god, we're twins!
We're twins tonight.
We're
I
twins.
should put my hair up.
Yeah. Where's your bow?
I don't have a bow. I have big blonde Garth hair.
And I have big red lips.
And a bow. Okay, bow.
Brennan swung his arm into John's. Okay, wait. Do it again. You wanna backtalk me, bitch?
I didn't do anything to you.
Oh, that bubble went back inside itself. Look at that. Aww. I'm done.
Fluff drabble. We don't want fluff drabble. Ray and Mikey.
Tis much smut. Much smut. I can't even read that.
No, I know.
What the giant frock croc? Much smut. No. Ah! That's a bee! Oh my god. It was a bee! No, it was a bee! Please tell me you didn't use. Okay.
I saw the bee.
Okay. I'm good.
You over.
His covered. I
Should we stop there?
think we should. It's all for you, baby. Don't worry about me. I was sober now. Oh shit! Plot twist!
He nibbled at my jawline, leaving me wet.
He cut my throbbing package in his hand. Each touch making me twitch with me.
Maybe it's truly about me.
It's about me. It's about me.
I turned him around.
And no moan.
And putting his cheek up against the wall, I hand up his waist. Stay as I enter. The little slut mumbled what sounded like more. So I wrapped one hand around his raging cock.
His raging cock.
Raging.
Oh my
And
god.
ribbed it up and down in time with myself. Okay, wow.
This just sounds more like a porn story. No, like real Farard. Like I feel like there needs to be some elements of MCR up in here. What?
We should hang out sometime. I'd love to get in.
After all this?
I'd love to know you.
What? No.
He looked up at me with mist, grateful and hopeful. With the mist, not most. Grateful and hopeful look in his eyes I'd ever seen.
I just smile.
That's the end.
That's the end.
Haley had one drink. She's probably drunk.
I am not. Fuck you and your mother.